buy everything I see. This may be a line from a famous song, but this is just a normal part of many people's vocabulary. For some, grabbing every craveable item off the shelf is just an average Saturday. But when the retail therapy prescribes you with a bill bigger than you can swallow, you may have a shopping addiction, or oniomania. This may be excused as a harmless shopaholism, but this is a genuine behavioral addiction. There could be many reasons as to why someone has a shopping addiction, but if we can dive into these factors, we can better understand how to help someone through it. So today, we will first walk through the aisles of what oniomania is and the cycles of it. Then we will fill our carts with the consequences of this addiction. And finally, we will check out with the many ways to recover from oniomania. Oniomania, by definition, is an obsessive or uncontrollable urge to buy things. Many people may not realize that they could have an addiction like oniomania, but it is more common than you think. According to an article from the Cleveland Clinic on July 30th, 2024, they found that 5% of adults, or 17 million Americans, are compulsive shoppers. Though this addiction can happen to men, the majority of this happens to women. This addiction causes these women to fall into a cycle. This cycle includes an emotional cue, anticipation and preparation, shopping and spending, and finally, regret and stress. The first stage of this cycle is an emotional cue. Stated by Psychology Today on July 8, 2014, people often need to feel better to counteract feelings of depression, anger, sadness, or loneliness. By feeling these emotions, it leads to the next stage of anticipation and preparation. In this stage, these people may start getting ideas of what to buy, whether necessary or not, and trying to get their funds together, even if they don't have them. This then leads to the third stage of shopping and spending. In this stage, these people continue to swipe and swipe until they feel satisfied, which for some is a feeling that never comes. This can also pull some out of the emotional phase they were in before. And this constant flow of money leaving your pocket leads to the final stage of regret and stress. In this stage, you may feel more stressed than you would have if you never shopped. By feeling these negative emotions, it can cause you to fall right back into the same toxic cycle starting at the beginning. For some, they may not have as much of an intense shopping addiction, but for many, this can be a major problem, and they may have serious consequences, whether they deal with them now or in their future. As much as shopping may make you feel better, the consequences are definitely not worth it in the end. One consequence of this addiction is financial instability and/or debt. A main component of a shopping addiction is the constant flow of money leaving your account. This not only includes your own money, but also your credit accounts. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York in 2025, they found data from credit card balances stating retail cards and consumer finance loans rose by $10 billion, and they now total $550 billion. When you are experiencing a shopping addiction, the thrill of a new item will often overtake your conscience, telling you to be responsible. However, when those with oniomania are finished shopping, they will think about it until they have reached unhealthy levels of stress. But often they're unwilling to undo the financial damage because of their emotional tie to the items they purchase. Because of this, another consequence of oniomania is mental instability. Stated in an article from Psychology Today on December 7th, 2022, the evolutionary psychology perspective suggests that money is associated with survival and security, which could lead to feelings of anxiety and stress when money is scarce. When dealing with oniomania, you may plummet down a hole you can't get out of. When your mental state goes down, this can cause some relationship strains in your life. According to Jane Ridley in a New York Times post on November 27, 2019, Lisa, a 56-year-old nurse, had a healthy lifestyle. But once her shopping addiction got worse, it cost her her marriage. Because of Oniomania, she also acquired $50,000 in credit card debt. Oniomania's impact can make you feel physically and mentally drained when it comes to relationships. These people may feel the need to hide their addiction from others in their lives. Many people are also afraid that the people in their life will force them to confront the idea that they need help. However, this leads to the next consequence of compulsive behavior. According to an article from the Cleveland Clinic on December 10, 2024, retail therapy is effective because the act of purchasing something for yourself causes you to release dopamine, or happy hormones. It can also give some people the feeling of control. Even though Oniomania may seem bad and feel like you can't get out of it, you can. There are many ways in which you can recover from this addiction. Even though Oniomania may seem difficult to overcome, there are many ways in which you can help people get the support they need. According to an article from CBS News on November 27, 2012, some ways to recover from a shopping addiction include identifying the shopping trigger, replacing shopping with something healthier, changing your environment, and getting support from people you trust. Though these are all amazing ways to recover from this addiction, we need to break them down more in detail. Let's start with identifying the shopping trigger. To do this, someone could keep a record of what is causing them to want to shop more. This may include anger, depression, sadness, or loneliness. This is a great way to figure out what feeling or what emotion is causing you to want to shop more. Next, you can replace shopping with something healthier. You could try new hobbies you may enjoy. These may include reading, coloring, writing, or gardening. This is an amazing way to get yourself out of the cycle of shopping and into a healthy replacement habit. Another way to recover from Oniomania is changing your environment. You could try changing the route you take to work, or by changing your social environment. You could also try deleting apps off your phone that are causing you to want to shop more. However, this can cause you to find support from people close to you. This can encourage the person to work towards the goal of not shopping as much. It may also help if the person does things with them to help them quit. For some, when recovering from Oniomania, having someone you trust can be more impactful than most recovery tactics. According to an article from the National Library of Medicine on September 29, 2016, peer support groups, individual counseling, and case management have emerged as highly effective and empowering methods to manage the social context of health issues. Even though recovery may be hard, surrounding yourself with the right people and the right environment may make it easier for someone to recover from this addiction. Oniomania can be a serious condition that many people may have without even recognizing they have this addiction. It can put a huge toll on their relationships, their mental state, and even their financial well-being. So now that we have walked through the aisles of what Oniomania is and the cycles of it, and filled our carts with the consequences of this addiction, and finally checked out with the many ways to recover from Oniomania, the hope is that more people are aware of this addiction and how it can affect people. Though this addiction may seem like an endless cycle, there are many who have the hopeless feeling that there are others who are willing to help. With this help, these people can see that they aren't alone and that they can recover with support and a new outlook. So the next time you feel the need to hit that add to cart button, think about the bad habits you may be forming and how it can affect you and the people around you.